What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another video or live stream. And as you can tell by the title, I got a very fun team to talk about today as I continue my college football series. As today I'll be talking about arguably the most dominant team in the FCS and maybe even college football in general. Like, this team rivals that of Alabama and Mount Union when it comes to dominance in college football. For those who don't know, Mount Union is a Division III powerhouse team. They've been running roughshod over Division III college football for many years, only being challenged by occasional Wisconsin Whitewater and a couple other teams. Maybe there's two other teams that really have put up a challenge against them. And then, of course, we all know what Alabama's done. But to say that these guys in North Dakota have been insanely dominant, that's an understatement. I believe they have a current streak of 37 straight victories. 37. Their last loss in the regular season, ironically, came in 2017 to their neighbor, South Dakota State. Yeah, that was all the way back in 2017. After that game, they went on to win the FCS championship. Now, the year before that, they lost to South Dakota State in 2016, but then they went again to the FCS semifinal, but then they lost to James Madison. James Madison has been the thorn in ND State's side for a while now. In fact, here's another interesting stat for you. Looking at the Division I FCS, history in terms of the playoffs, ever since 2011 to 2019, North Dakota State has participated in the FCS championship in all but 1 year. And of course, that 1 year was the 16-17 season when James Madison went up against, I believe it was Bo Pelini's Youngstown State Penguins. And of course, James Madison would beat the Penguins 28-14. That is the only time a team not named North Dakota State has won the FCS championship since 2011. Before that, of course, you had in the 2000s, you had Georgia Southern, Montana, Western Kentucky, Delaware, James Madison, Appalachian State did it 3 times in a row, and then Richmond and Villanova, and then Eastern Washington. After Eastern Washington did it in 2011, North Dakota State's been dominating ever since. And looking at North Dakota State's history and stuff, yeah, calling them a dynasty is kind of not even really selling them short. It's pretty much on point. As Matt Entz in his first season last year went 16-0. Damn. Sounds like Urban Meyer, for real. They play, of course, in the famous Fargo Dome, Gate City Bank Field. Year it was built was 1992. They play, of course, on AstroTurf, and of course, it's in Fargo, North Dakota. They play in the Missouri Valley Conference. They've also played in the Great West and North Central conferences as well. All-time record is 741, 371, and 34. Bowl record is 12-7, 34 playoff appearances. In Division II, they were 35-13. And get this, in playoff record in FCS, 35-2. 35-2. It's freaking insane. Their claimed national titles, they have 16, 8 in Division II and 8 in FCS. Of course, they have just absolutely dominated in FCS. They've won, like I said, almost pretty much they have won all but one FCS national title. I think pretty much since it was created in 2011. They have 3 unclaimed national titles, 36 conference titles, and of course their rivals are South Dakota State and North Dakota and Northern Iowa. But yeah, I mean, to call these guys dominant, that's a brief understatement, bro. I mean, these guys are beyond dominant. I mean, bro, it's almost like you should just put their name in the FCS national championship in Sharpie, because unless they went into James Madison or unless they have a stinker against some other team, they're going to the FCS national title game. Like, it's freaking insane. And what's even crazier is this dude, Matt Entz, walks onto the job after Chris Kleiman left, I guess, and they go 16-0. They are 37 game winning streak. Wow. 36 conference championships. That's insane. That's insane. Of course, looking at the playoff history in Division I FCS, when it was with 20 teams, they lost to Eastern Washington in 2010 in the quarterfinals. And after that, they ran roughshod over everybody until 2016 when they lost to James Madison. They've only lost 2 freaking games in the FCS playoffs. The entire existence of this thing with 20 teams in the bracket. Then they moved to 24 and 13. And again, they've just dominated. Damn. It's insane, bro. I mean, an Ohio State fan, have not seen dominance like this. We've been really good. We've had very long winning streaks, but this is insane. It's crazy, man. I mean, damn. And looking at their schedule for 2019, I mean, there wasn't a horrible schedule. I mean, they played the teams that you'd expect: Butler, North Dakota, Delaware, UC Davis, destroyed all them. They smashed Illinois State coming off a bye. They crushed Northern Iowa, blanked Missouri State. They escaped against South Dakota State. And then Youngstown State, of course, they smashed them 56-7. Crushed Western Illinois and dismantled South Dakota. And then they went against Southern Illinois, beat them pretty easily, 21-7, low-key. And then they go into FCS playoffs, second round, beat Nicholls State. Again, they actually barely escaped Illinois State. They always say it's a lot harder to beat a team 2 times. But yet, these guys only allowed 6 points in both games they played against them that 1 year. They outscored them literally, 46-6? Damn. Wow. Then they had Montana State, and then they beat James Madison. So yeah, they got themselves a nice natty trophy to go with the collection. Now, one thing about North Dakota State that I've noticed, they're not afraid to play with the big boys. And let's go back to some of their schedules. Let's do since 2010. Let's see how many big boys they've played. Okay, they played Kansas in 2010. All right, 2011 they played Minnesota. Okay, and 2012 they played Colorado State. It's not really a big boy. By the way, they beat Kansas and Minnesota. Just in case you were wondering. Yeah, they pretty much handled them pretty easily. I mean, people are going to say, actually, they barely escaped Kansas 6-3. Damn. It's freaking a decade ago. 2012, like I mentioned, Colorado State. 2013, Kansas State beat them by 3. So, hey, 2014, Iowa State, they took care of them rather convincingly, 34-14. 2015, of course, no big boys to be found on this schedule. I believe they did play Iowa one year too, and I think they actually beat them. 2016, and yeah, there it is. They beat Iowa. Yeah, in 2016. These guys literally went into Kinnick, and they beat the Hawkeyes. Bro, damn. You know, these guys are literally telling the big boys, come and get some, boy. Come get some. And they're taking on all comers, and they're knocking them down left and right. You know, looking through their schedules the past decade, they've played some pretty interestingly, some pretty tough teams. And then you look at who they face, like 2020, and you're like, oh, damn. Because this year, they got to go to Oregon to face the Oregon Ducks. Arguably the toughest team they'll play in a very long time. This is the toughest team they've played in a very long time. And it's in Oregon. Then after that, they got Drake. They got North Carolina A&T, Northern Iowa. I mean, Northern Iowa ain't no pushover either. You know, they're a good team. Illinois State, Indiana State, South Dakota, blah, blah, blah. You already know about them. Pretty much all I'm going to say is don't be surprised if North Dakota State pulls it off and beats Oregon. But damn, bro, starting off your season against Oregon and seeing the team that they have put together in Eugene, okay, good luck, Trey. Was it Trey Lance or whatever? Trey Lance? That's the quarterback for ND State. He's been getting a lot of hype around these parts. Possibly a challenger to Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence. Let's see what he can do. Maybe he'll be that guy who comes out of nowhere and shocks everybody and has an amazing year. I think he'll have a great year, but if they win week 1 against Oregon, they're going undefeated. That's the way I see it. Because, I mean, you're going to a hostile environment. Now, we don't know if there'll be fans there. I know the mayor of, the governor of Oregon or whatever said that they may not have fans there. So if there's fans, yeah, it's going to be tough. But if there's no fans, I mean, that's an even playing field. I said evil. Oh, my God. But, yeah, I like what North Dakota State's been putting out there over the last couple of years, and this year's going to be tough. Now, that's just for fun. Let's see who they play in upcoming years. 2021, yeah, they don't really play anyone good. I mean, they play UAlbany, Valpo, the Valparaiso Crusaders, and Towson. Ooh, Towson. Oh, wow. Really? Now, in 2022, see what they got to play. Oh, wow. In 2022, I think they start their season. I don't think so. I think this might be week 2 or 3. They play Arizona. Damn. They love playing them some Pac-12 teams. And then 23, let's see what they play. Okay, they don't have anyone for 23 yet. And then 24, they play Colorado. Okay, yeah, that's a good opponent in Colorado. Okay. And 25, they don't have anybody. Now, here's something that I almost forgot to mention. They're freaking unbeatable in the Fargo Dome. They are 24-1 in the playoffs in the Fargo Dome, 24-1 in home openers, 153-24 overall at the Fargo Dome, and their record attendance at the Dome is 19,108 on October 12th, 2013. That is the largest crowd ever at that stadium, at that establishment, against Missouri State. That's crazy, isn't it? Now, do I think they'll ever, come calling for like a supreme Power Five team like Ohio State? Probably not, considering that, while I do say that they are the Alabama of FCS, I mean, we're one of the most dominant teams in FBS history, and they're very talented, but I just don't know if they would ever come calling to us. I wouldn't surprise it. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I would welcome the challenger playing ND State. Now, of course, most likely it would be with at the shoe. Now, North Dakota State fans think the Fargo Dome is hostile. I'm just waiting until you get in the shoe. Damn. But yeah, we'll see what North Dakota State can do. If I had a record prediction for them, I'm definitely going to say somewhere like 1 loss, maybe 2. I think 1 loss probably against Oregon. After that, they just run roughshod over everybody. But it'll be really interesting to see what they got. It's crazy how you guys would rather go and play for North Dakota State than any Sun Belt teams. Why aren't they FBS? I honestly have no idea. It makes me wonder if they've ever gotten an offer if they've ever thought about going big league and go to the FBS. Although the tricky thing is they're in a conference. It's not like they're independent. If they were to go big, where would they go? What conference would they go? Would they just go independent and just play everybody, anybody? Hard to say. I mean, they would get smashed in the Big Ten. They sure as heck ain't going Pac-12. I mean, they could go Pac-12. I think Pac-12 would be a fun environment for them. But I think they're just going to stick with being FCS. Maybe if they see like a boom in like population or something, in college, people wanted to go there. Maybe if, they win like 50 straight games, maybe they'll be like, this competition sucks. Let's go to the FBS. I mean, they already play some FBS teams. Hard to really say. It's hard to say because I don't know if they've ever really thought about going big. I think they'd be pretty good competition. I mean, I don't think they've lost to a big boy yet in a while, if ever. All righty. So, yeah, pretty much all I got for that. So this was fun talking about North Dakota State. Again, I call them pretty much the Alabama of the FCS. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up, and I will see you guys probably later tonight because I might be going live in like half an hour or so, and I'm going to talk about the NHL. Possibly. I mean, yeah. I'm going to go over the NHL 24-team bracket. Might be going live like right after this thing ends, so keep an eye out, guys. I'll be back in a little while, and I'm going to talk about this NHL bracket that came out, or at least the 24-team playoff bracket, because the Blue Jackets are in the playoffs. Let's go. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Shout out to everyone who came in here, and I'm going to head out. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'm Crazy Dog 99. Let's go, I guess, Buckeyes. And I'm out.